Hi Gemini, welcome back to Omkaratarot and to another you versus them. Gemini, let's see how you're feeling now. How's a person connected to your energy feeling and what action we can expect in this connection. And gems, these are general collective readings, may not resonate with all of you. Please keep that in mind. Take what works for you, leave the rest. So let's begin. Welcome back all my subscribers and welcome in newcomers. Gemini spirit. Alright, newcomers, I'm setting down two sets of cards here. One side will be for you, one side will be for your person, and in the center, I'm going to have your dialogue message cards, mutual energies. If this is your reading, Gemini, you'll know which side you resonate best with. For me, this is going to be person A here, and this is going to be person B. Bottom of my deck, I have a Four of Wands. Somebody want to commit now? I don't know, because I think from the first look at the cards, I do feel somebody's trying to do right for themselves now. It's like, yeah, you know what? I mean, I've been stagnant for too long. Yes, I was hoping, I was wishing, I was thinking that maybe this connection could lead into a long-term commitment, but I find myself maybe still single, and this person is just being selfish and self-centered, maybe treating me like an option or something. So maybe it's time for me to do right for myself. And the other person, I think, is now looking into their future. They are stuck now. They feel there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of regret. They feel, oh my God, this person was the perfect, loving, kind, beautiful person, and they are now sitting in that nostalgic energy. They've been watching person A, they're trying to gather information, they're trying to figure out if there is still any way that maybe they can still, maybe come back. I don't know. I'm going to, of course, clarify these cards and dig a little deeper, but that's my first thought. I'm going to first ask the universe. Spirit, you tell me what's really going on with Gemini and their person. Why are they both feeling this way? Gemini and their person, Spirit. One by one, please. Gemini and their person. What's going on with them, Spirit? At a deeper level, why are they both feeling this way? The first card here says memories, remembering the past. Yeah, somebody's sitting in all that feeling that, oh, I had this, I could have had that. Chaser. Someone in this connection was the chaser or is a chaser. I don't know. Maybe one of you was, and now the person who was chasing has stopped, and now that's what has stopped the runner in their tracks. The last one says boundaries. A need to make and enforce strong boundaries. Maybe the chaser has stopped running and has put up boundaries, and that's what's leading to a lesson being learned on both sides. Alright, so let's also do your dialogue message cards, Gemini. Let's see if you guys could say something to each other right now, what that would be, and then I'll clarify the rest. Gemini and their person, Spirit. Gemini and their person, if they could say something to each other now, what would that be? Gemini and their person, Spirit. Let's take a few more from another deck. Gemini and their person. Alright, just a few more from a third deck as well, and then we'll start the reading, Gemini. Gemini and their person, Spirit. Last one. Alright, good to go. Let's start the reading. And Gemini, if any of you are looking for personal readings, my email is omkaratarot@gmail.com. You can reach me there. It's there in the description box below as well. So the first card here says, I know you think you broke me, but don't give yourself so much credit. I'm not porcelain. I might have a few cracks, but I let the light in and allowed it to shine back into the world. Don't worry about fixing me so much as you should worry about fixing yourself. Somebody's putting up strong boundaries. I tried to help you with your addictions, but you took me and my love for granted. I was happy and carefree before, but you kept taking from me. You stole my heart, my love, my light, and my well-being. I'm trying to recover from this and heal myself. that this relationship seems more like a situationship. I feel you're taking my love for granted. So somebody who was maybe being very loving, thought they were being very loving, maybe came across as somebody who was chasing, and the other person, well, said, okay, I'll keep getting that love, right? So the next card here says, please forgive me for wasting your time. I want to ask you for another chance, but I'm afraid now of being rejected. I'm not worth your tears. I had some inner issues I needed to work on before I could love again. I always think about you when I hear our favorite song, Memories. I know I have narcissistic tendencies, but I'm not one. I developed these traits to protect myself. Why do you stay when they treat you so badly? At first, I thought it was only a sexual attraction, but it's so much more than that. I love you, mind, body, and soul. I'll always remember you. You are unforgettable. All right. So these were some of your messages. If these were resonating with your storyline, Gemini, let's start this reading. But I'm going to first focus on this side, which is person A for me, Gemini. Once I'm totally done here, later we'll move to the other side, and I'll be addressing them as person A and person B, because I'm not going to be guessing which side you're on, Gemini. I could be dealing with two Geminis on either side as well. So, but if this is your reading, you'll immediately pick up which side you're on, who this person is for you. And yes, it can be a love interest, spouse, ex, secret crush, could be your best friend, could even be your business partner, relative, best friend, your neighbor or co-worker. So this is a general reading. Just kind of use your own judgment here. All right. So person A, let's start with you. I'm going to totally focus on you first. Once I'm done here, later I'll move to the other side. So tell me, in your feelings, in your emotions, I do see the Justice card. What's the Justice card? Yeah, person A was hoping, I think. They were really hoping that person B would step up. They would, become the person maybe that they wanted them to become, wake up to the connection, take responsibility, do right by them. But I don't think they did. So I think person A is kind of losing hope or faith or trust that that will ever happen. I think for a long time, person A was hoping that, sooner or later they're going to do right by me. They will realize who I am to them. They will be inspired, or they will have the clarity. But I don't think that anything has changed, right? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think person A has realized that maybe that was just a fantasy of mine. Maybe the other person is never going to make that decision. They're never going to make a choice and come towards me, or never step up. So I think person A is realizing that maybe they were fooling themselves, or they were living in some kind of a la-la land, expecting the other person to fit that, when we have that picture, we want to fit somebody in it or something in it, and this is going to be the person, like you put a face to the dream that you have. I think that's what person A did maybe at one point, feeling, yes, sooner or later, I know they're going to do right by me. They will, do this, and they will see the truth about this connection. Then what happened, person A? Tell me. Seven of Cups. What's the Seven of Cups? Yeah, person A realized that maybe this was just their wishful thinking. Maybe this was just my wishful thinking. This was all a dream that I dreamt up. Maybe I was hoping, wishing that sooner or later, we will have commitment. They will see that I am the right person, or they will choose me. But I think they were very burdened, very overwhelmed, carrying all the weight, emotional weight on their shoulders, while the other person, I think, was doing nothing. So I think person is realizing, no, they just treated me like an option. I wasn't really that important to them, that means, right? So I think now is the time where person is realizing that, nothing is ever going to get rebuilt here. I might as well get onto my boat and move on. Even though for a long time, person A was waiting that things can get rebuilt, we can, sort things out, we can move on. Right now, they feel no, they just played games with me. They were just playing mind games with me. I loved them. I thought they were my equal match, but they were just playing games with me, and they made me feel as if I was not good enough for them, maybe to be chosen. So I think person is realizing the games that the other person was playing, hot and cold, never really expressing themselves, never stepping up. So they are kind of pulling themselves up and saying, maybe it's time to walk away now. I mean, none of those cups were full. They all turned out to be empty. All they maybe just wanted was passion or something. And here I was manifesting that they would see the truth, or they would, step up, they would do right by me. This person turned out to be a liar, a cheat. They ghosted me, they lied to me. So I've been keeping myself stuck. Waiting, hoping, to be in a connection where I thought sooner or later that things would move out exactly the way I thought they would. So, okay, I think person is realizing that they will never make that choice. I think it's time for me to give up on this and not waste any more time, energy, effort waiting for a small little offer to come which means nothing. I think person is finally getting angry, right? And this anger is fueling them to turn their back and say enough is enough. If you can't fill my cups, I'm not emotionally happy. I don't want to talk to you either. I think person A is losing their hope now. Okay, so how do you see the connection currently then, person A? How do you see person B? How do you feel about this connection right now? Person A says, right now I'm single, I'm independent, I'm focusing on myself, and I've learnt my lesson. Yeah, person A says, after being stuck for a very long time, I realized where I went wrong. I was, expecting water from a rock. I was expecting a selfish, self-centered person who was probably toxic, who just wanted attention or passion to give me something that, I wanted. So I'm letting this addiction of mine go, which was person B. I'm letting this karmic soulmate or toxic person from my life go, because maybe I think they had a rude awakening, or they found out some information which finally told them that we are not on the same page. We're not on the same page. I need to cut this connection out and now focus on my future. So right now, person A, after being maybe stuck on person B for a long life, has started to focus on themselves. Maybe going out, meeting new people, focusing on their money, focusing on stuff, because they feel that the person that they were hoping would step up and be the right person, was just a player. Just wanted, a fling or something. This was a player. So I think person A is accepting the ending now. They are stabilizing their life, very focused. They've learned their lesson. It's like it's time for a brand new beginning. And yes, it's time to give my heart to somebody new. All right, so what action person A will finally take, I will open later, Gemini. Let's go to the other side, see how person B is feeling, and then we'll do the action cards together. So person B, how are you feeling? Tell me, what's the Three of Wands for you in your feelings, in your emotions? Yeah, somewhere they know why person A has turned their back. This person was sitting in their ego, in their pride. Ego, pride, my way or the highway. I want to see what else is out there. I think now they're reflecting on all the bad choices made, and they know they are being judged. They know they're being judged. They are quite sure they're not going to get a second chance again. Why? Hangman. They're seeing things from person A's perspective. Yeah, they are seeing their own inconsistent behavior. They are feeling like such a fool, because now I think they are missing person A. Now they are the ones who are feeling left out in the cold. This person could be a bit sad and depressed now, because now they feel, I can never replace person A. I just, created so much of competition, so much of conflict over maybe stepping up and giving them commitment. But I now realize that this was the best of the best. They're not even chasing me anymore. I think person B is kind of in shock because of that. And because I think they are feeling not chased, now they're realizing, oh my God, this is a powerful person who's, so wonderful. Why do you feel this way? Tell me, person B. Person B says, because now I realize that they were giving me unconditional love. Their heart was open, they were loving, they were kind, they were generous. And then what happened? Some truth came out, maybe about person B, and then they got blocked. I think they are feeling released after person A, who was very loving and kind, suddenly stopped chasing and said, stop. I pick up my sword and I tell you, no, I'm done here. Now they are sitting in regret. Now they're sitting in shame. They're feeling remorse. They're feeling sad. They're feeling that, I lost out on a big cup of love. They've stopped talking to me now. They feel they've lost out on their true partner. Yes, they are feeling the same way. Why do you feel you've lost their person? They were sitting in their ego and pride. They delayed things for too long. They were quite, I think, kind of enjoying being made to feel like they were the be all and end all. I mean, I don't know what this person did, but now it's like I should have stepped up. I should have done something earlier, because now they feel maybe it's too late. The love that was being poured into them and making them feel that important has been taken back. They could even be worried. Yes, person A has already moved on and given that same love now to somebody else. Okay, so how do you see the connection currently then? How do you see person A? How do you feel about this connection right now? Page of Swords in reverse. They are spying, they are watching, they are trying to figure out if they've been dropped completely. They are feeling very foolish. They are feeling very, very foolish, because they know they created the imbalance. They created this conflict, this competition or something. They're feeling very, very foolish about this for not making the choice on time. They feel they lost out on their biggest wish. They've lost out on their biggest star, their wish. They're very, very stressed out. They're in their head. All those, stress has been transferred, I think, to the other person. Why? Because they feel now they are the ones who are dropped. So they are trying to find out. They are trying to keep an eye on person A, trying to see if person A is totally given up. Are they already in another connection? Is there any possibility of returning, or have they found a new soulmate? I mean, all the heartbreak that they caused is now being felt by them. I mean, as much as this person was hoping that this connection would never end, now it's dawning upon them that, oh my God, the person who was always loving and kind and has stopped giving and may not even give me a second chance now. So let's see what actions you guys will take then. I'm going to take another deck for this one, gems, and if this storyline has been resonating, do let me know. You can do that by tapping the thumbs up button, or leaving me a comment or something. That'll be nice. And newcomers, repeating viewers, do like, share, subscribe to the channel. We welcome you in. Alright, person A, I'm back with you now. Action from your end towards person B, or otherwise in your own life in the next 7 days. Judgment in reverse. Person B is right. Person A says, I don't want to give this a second chance anymore. Okay, why is that? Judgment in reverse. King of Pentacles. The devil, yeah, because they feel somebody they obsessively thought about, who they wanted to be their person, who they would step up and be their lifelong partner, turned out to be a toxic individual. At least that's what they feel. Maybe it was just my obsession that I thought that this was going to be the person, but now no more. I think person A is taking responsibility for maybe dreaming it up. I thought I wanted somebody who would step up and be my lifelong partner, but maybe I was chasing the devil all along. So I don't think person A is going to make any move. Yeah, I don't think so. Person B, what about you? action from your end towards person A or otherwise in your own life. The Emperor in reverse. They feel they lost their power. I think they were chuffed up because they were getting all that love being fed into them. Now, because I think person A has removed their love, now they don't feel that strong anymore. Let's see. Why the Emperor in reverse? Person B. King of Cups. Page of Cups. Magician and the Emperor. Yep. The Wheel of Fortune. This person, I think, has recognized that they do have a lot of love for person A, but they know that to get anything going with person A, they would probably have to come back with some kind of an apology or something. They are watching, they are spying, they're trying to figure out if there is any chance of resolving things, or has person A already moved on with somebody who is a true partner to them. It's like, yeah, I wish I could just go and apologize to them. I don't feel this person is making any move, but they are manifesting like, yeah, I wish the fight could end. I realize I do love them. Wheel of Fortune again. This person is spying to find out if person A has already started off with something else. They're spying to see maybe why person A is holding back. Why are they looking so happy? Are they in another connection? Have they found somebody better than me? Is there any possibility of, apologizing and coming back? I don't see them making a move. I think that I think this person is scared to find out. I think they feel that will be a tower for them if they recognize that now they've become the option, or that person has moved on to a passionate brand new beginning and the chapter's done. So what's the Four of Wands, Spirit, overall energy? What's the Four of Wands? See, this is again person A saying, I thought this was going to be my Four of Wands, but turned out to be just a player. And the other person is recognizing that, and I think now they're feeling like a fool. Now they're recognizing that I do love person A, but maybe by this time they've already moved on to somebody new. Four of Wands, tell me, why is the overall energy for Gemini's reading the Four of Wands, Spirit? Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. The Star, bottom of my deck. I think this is person A, who I think is walking away from a connection which they felt they wanted things to work out, but maybe their person was not on the same page. And yes, they are walking away to maybe just healing their own broken heart, or giving themselves self-love, or maybe hoping for new love. Alright, so that's what I have for you. Till next time then, Gemini, love and light. Take care. Namaste.